I'm still reading Taiko, which is Eiji Yoshikawa's samurai epic, released back in like the 1920s. Nothing a lot of viewers will actually be familiar with, but I like to mention it just because I think it's a great book, and I think Yoshikawa is a great author. And I tag this onto the end of the podcast because I just kind of want to talk about what I'm really enjoying about it, because I love samurai novels, especially these old translated original works that are about these historical periods and historical events. I really love these. So I just like to take a second, at least, to top off the podcast, not make it all about movies, drop a little bit of book talk in there, stir it around. I'm loving this book, Taiko. You should check it out. I guess I want more people to check it out. So maybe if I rant about enough, other people will check it out. But one of the things that I found really interesting about it, I don't just want to say that I'm loving it, but that it's really interesting to read about other cultures, other times in history. And not just interesting, like on a broad scale, but a book like this, one of the things that I found really interesting and valuable, I guess, to my perception of reading and writing as a whole, because even though I mostly just ranted about movies for the last hour, I do a lot of writing myself and working on original novels and trying to grow and analyze and learn about storycraft as a whole to become a better artist in the future. And it's really interesting to really delve down on some of these culture, like the more, a few hundred years ago, this Japanese culture during kind of the end of the samurai period, and just the way that they lived their lives and the way that they saw things and the way that these authors wrote these events. One of the things that's always really big in these samurai novels is these ronin or samurai and their real sense of duty, which is a big part of samurai culture in general. Obviously, everyone's familiar with that, but I think it's really awesome and really cool to see, because it can be jarring at first, because there will be instances in the novels where a samurai will be like, I'm going to do this for my master, and if I have failed or disrespected him or smeared his name or my name in any way, I'll just have to kill myself. And they're so serious about it. They're just like, it's like if a battle is, they'll go into battle knowing that they're going to lose, but just choosing to die in the battle because it will be an honorable way to die. It will be a valiant fight. It will be a good death, as they say. Their sense of loyalty. Every one of these samurai lords has all these retainers, and like the key thing that the key line that runs through all of them is that most of these retainers to these lord samurai guys that kind of own all this land and have these castles and control these political elements is that their subjects are so loyal. And I don't know that means that it's always a good I don't know that it's always a good thing, but it's really interesting and cool to read about these cultures and these people that think and thought so much differently than the way we do now. And it makes me miss it a little bit. I gotta be honest. That's really it. Like, not miss it because I've never experienced it, but it makes me feel like there's got to be an element of this deep loyalty and deep sense of respect and also honor that I feel like we're missing in our world. And I'm not saying that if I ever embarrass myself or someone else or disrespect or fail someone above me or someone that I'm beholden to, that I want to have to kill myself. Not too keen on that, not gonna lie. But I do think we could do with a little bit more honor, a little bit more loyalty. And I think there's something to say for having customs and culture, having traditions, having these elements of our culture that are tried and true, I guess. And I do think that America has that to an extent. America has a lot of culture. We're a melting pot of cultures. But I think there is an element of tradition and having a little bit I don't know, stricter customs that I think we could benefit from. I think it would help keep us all, a little more grounded more often. And yeah, it's been it's really been a joy to read the book. I'm like 600 pages into it. It's a 900 page book, which is why it's taking me what feels like forever to get through. And the print is so tiny that when I say 900 pages long, if it was like typed in actual normal size font, I feel like it would be like 1,700 pages. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that up, but it is taking a long time to get through. I will say that it is. And when I say long time, I mean, I've been reading for like 2 or 3 weeks, but I typically can try to read a book every week, if not every 2 weeks. And these 900 page heifers are killing me. And it's making it really hard to create content around books because I need to continue reading books so I can make more content, but the books are taking longer. So it's a dilemma. It's the booktuber dilemma. So,